This bill is a Frankenstein monster from the very beginning. It was cobbled together and stitched together by the mad scientists in Washington who are serving somebody's interest, but it sure doesn't seem like they're serving your interest. Finally, today, the Senate put it out of its misery in a 46-53 vote that essentially made sure this bill will never see the light of day. After the vote, Senator, he's a Republican, John Kyle from Arizona, summed up the feelings that I've been talking about for weeks like this.
And it's a sad commentary in America today that many Americans have lost faith in their government. The only group that has poll numbers less than the president these days is the United States Congress. Americans don't believe that their government is representing them, is acting on their behalf. The polls show it.
Senator, I couldn't agree with you more. But can you really blame us, honestly? Here's a taste of what was wrong with this immigration bill. It has one-day amnesty. Once the bill was enacted, illegal aliens could have applied and received probationary legal status immediately with just a 24-hour criminal and terrorist background check. I gotta wait 72 hours before I can buy a gun, and my records don't have to be checked in some foreign country, but illegals can do it in 24 hours? Wait a minute, what's up with that? It also had tax amnesty. The bill didn't require illegals to pay any back taxes. It only required illegals to pay a $2,000 fine. Excuse me, Mr. IRS agent, can I not pay my taxes for 2 years and then only pay a $2,000 fine? Yeah, didn't think so. It had weak enforcement measures and really only required that a few thousand more Border Patrol agents were hired but not deployed. Remember that fence along our southern border with Mexico? We had this bill stipulated that only half, 370 miles, of the already authorized 700 miles of border fence be built. Excuse me, I think we need a bigger fence, not a smaller one, Washington. It called for weak employer verification with no serious fingerprint digital system required. 2 senators, including Barack Obama, thought the ID verification was still a little severe. The bill provided for temporary guest workers who would have been required to eventually leave. That is, if there was any way to actually enforce it, because, well, there's still no entry or exit system in place. The bill would have relied on the trust of criminals. Yeah, it's estimated that 30,000 illegal immigrant gang members are already here in the United States trafficking in drugs and guns, and those undocumented thugs would get a special visa if they just signed a little piece of paper, a renunciation of gang affiliation. Oh, I promise I'll drop those bad gangs. Oh, I'm not part of them anymore. And last but not least, the Heritage Foundation estimated this amnesty bill would have cost the American taxpayers $2 trillion. I mean, all this fun stuff in one bill, and it still didn't pass? What a shock.